State Instigators travel back to Prospect. Welcome everybody to the 15th game of your Hoosier State Instigators inaugural season in the American Basketball Association. Today, the Instigators travel back to Prospect, Kentucky to face off against the Louisville Pros one last time before the playoff scenarios start to really boil down as both teams have just about 1 to 2 more games after this one to lock in their official standings in the regular season. The current all-time standings or series is led by the Louisville Pros, currently holding a 2-0 record against the Hoosier State Instigators this year. However, Instigators coming off of another strong win last week look to add on to that winning ways and potentially clinch a host slot in a play-in tournament with a win here today against Louisville Pros. I am Jay. For those who know, I am Jay. I will be doing remote broadcast commentary. My co-host, Jake Sean, is at the building today, and he will be managing the scoreboard for today's game. However, he may bounce in and out alongside with me to help with the play-by-play, help with the color commentary, and overall just give you guys the entertaining experience that is your Hoosier State Instigators. We have just about 15 minutes to go before we get into the tip-off here, again live at the Shoot 360 facility in Prospect, Kentucky, the official home venue of the Louisville Pros. First off, I want to say thank you again to all of our sponsors, to all of our partners, to the IBL Pro-Am League, to the Diamond House International, to SDMC Indiana, the Alley-Oop sponsor of the year for your Hoosier State Instigators, and to all of our partners such as Fan Control Sports and Entertainment, and most importantly, to our supporters watching live from Patreon. Become a subscriber of your Hoosier State Instigators today to gain exclusive access to content such as live game broadcast, the official podcast of your Hoosier State Instigators, Instigate Success, building an ABA franchise, and so much more. As we have just a few more games for the Hoosier State Instigators inaugural regular season in the American Basketball Association. Again, this game holds a lot on the line for your home team as they look to lock down one more victory against the Louisville Pros to secure a host seed in the play-in tournament, which means that they will be coming back to Indiana as the home team. As time winds down, we have just roughly around 12 minutes remaining until tip-off here. As you see, both sides have taken the court for their final warm-ups.
Go.
Dylan Ware with the slam.
Yeah, just about 10 minutes before tip.
Yes, sir, Jake. Man, how you feeling today at the venue, man? Yeah, absolutely.
It's good, man. Yeah. No, I'll be running the scoreboard. I'll jump in for some commentary here too. But yeah, the guys are ready today. they're really looking forward to this matchup. It's nice to be back in the venue again.
Absolutely. I'm excited for this one, Jake. I got the notification that Louisville played against the Columbus Wizards last night and was unable to secure a win against the Wizards, which I can't tell you. Man, it gave me a second wind. I think it was probably about 1 a.m., 2 a.m., and I didn't get to bed until about 4 a.m. because I could not stop dancing. I was so excited.
Yeah,
I was just so excited because today is a big, big game day for us, for the Hoosier State Instigators ownership, for the roster, and for the fans. As again, like I was saying earlier, man, today we locked this win in. I'm pretty sure that guarantees that we get to host a team in the play-in tournament, bringing us back home to Indiana.
yeah, that would be awesome. We also have the potential if we can win out the season, get the win here, and then next week against the Lions, we'd finish the season at 500, which would be very impressive for an inaugural season.
I like the way that sounds. I love the way that sounds, Jake. Um, yeah, and I believe that completely as well. It seems like we've hit our next gear for the Hoosier State Instigators, and I think we're not even close to the to full speed yet, neither. You know, I think um, I think we're showing signs of progress every week. In the past few games have definitely solidified that theory. Today, though, comes down to this one in my book right now, right here today. If we can lock this one in, we head into next week against the Indiana Lions, while the Louisville Pros play against the Ohio Kings, actually. So both teams playing today have a very entertaining matchup coming up next week as well. However, the Hoosier State Instigators, we get to control our destiny today here with a win. If we can knock Louisville down on this one, they would go to 4-10 on the year, and we would head over to 7-8, as you were saying earlier, giving us a shot to head to 500 for their inaugural season. That is that gives me goosebumps. I've got goosebumps on my arm all the way through my body right now. I'm just, oh man, I'm excited, Jake.
Yeah, yeah, you hit on it too. The team's really clicked the past few weeks. I'm hoping we can continue to roll out the way we have, especially last week. We had a very impressive matchup last week. If we can pull that out for the next two games, I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens in the playoffs.
Absolutely. And kind of kind of to take a trip back into the past, obviously last season was last season. Hoosier State Instigators weren't even in the mix at that point. However, the team we played last week was actually the team that went all the way to the regional championship and faced the Indiana Lions. Obviously, we know how that went with the Indiana Lions making it all the way to the championship, but they were no slouch of a they were they were no slouch of a competition either. The Clarksville Phoenix, that is. So I was really excited, really proud of those guys on the court for coming through and getting a big dub for the Instigators franchise and fan base. So as we got what about 5 minutes or so remaining here before tip off, Jake, are there any key matchups or keynotes to this game that you're looking forward to?
I think we're in for a good matchup here. I know the first time we played the pros at their home venue, we were without Dylan Ware. So I think
Hmm.
that could be a key factor in this game coming up. But I know the two games we have played against the pros, both have been a little bit on the lower scoring side. So I think
Hmm.
defense again is going to be very key in this matchup.
That that honestly, I'm right there with you. I think defense for either side is going to win today's game. Like you just said, you hit it perfectly. It has been a very tight matchup for both games that these franchises have came across each other. They didn't go the way we wanted it to on those first two, but today, and here's another scenario to toss into the mix, Jake. If we win today, this most likely certifies that Louisville will be traveling to us for the fourth game that we will play against these guys this year, because I believe that would make the Hoosier State Instigators hosting Louisville Pros for the play-in. So that's something that we're looking forward to as well, because we can even the score and even the all-time series. It starts today. We got to get this win here.
Yeah, that adds an extra factor for today's game for both
Absolutely.
sides. Yeah, because if we can
Absolutely.
pull off that win, then the pros are going to be very hungry in that next matchup.
Absolutely. And I think it also just gives us another little confidence boost for those guys, because we know, especially on the ownership side of things, we know what roster we have, and our record could be so much better. But I see us as the dark horse. We're the dark horse of the American Basketball Association this year. I think a lot of teams look past us just due to our record until they get onto the court with the Instigators and they see that it's a whole nother ball game. So Louisville cannot afford to look past us today, or they're in for a very, very long game, in my opinion. Again, as we just got about a few more minutes left to go, I am Jay. I will be remote commentating from not at the venue today. However, my guy Jake is currently on site at the Shoot 360 facility in Prospect, Kentucky, the home venue of the Louisville Pros. And we will be bouncing back and forth throughout commentary throughout the game, as we try to provide you guys with the best experience possible. Strap in, get your drinks, get your snacks. It's about to be a wild one here today, guys. Again, we want to say thank you to all of the sponsors, to all of our partners, and in my eyes, most importantly, to the subscribers watching from Patreon or anywhere around the world right now. We just want to say thank you while we have the time and platform to be able to do so. As we just have about a few more minutes remaining till tip-off, I think we can go ahead and do just one little quick media break. What do you think, Jake?
Yeah,
Let's give our sponsors and give our fans a little bit of a commercial break while we get ready and get prepped to head into this one ahead of tip off.
yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. We'll do a quick commercial break. We'll be tipping off in a little over 2 minutes here.
Sounds like a plan, Jake. I'll see you on the other side, buddy. And we are back here, folks. As you see, number 11, Joe Bird, back on the court as well for the Hoosier State Instigators. He is fresh off of a vacation to Cancun, and I am not jealous one bit, if you cannot tell. I don't know why he didn't come pick me up, but it is good to see Joe Bird back on the court for the Hoosier State Instigators, the very first player signed to the franchise. For those fans who are coming into the franchise a little bit later than the rest. As you see, we also have JoJo Hart, LaJuan Whitney, Chuck Bloom, Phoebe Richmond, Chance Fry, Alex Brown, and a few more players over there near the corner. The Hoosier State Instigators traveling very well throughout their inaugural season. And, man, I am just super stoked, super amped just to be able to watch this and be here with all of you guys, experience this moment as the Hoosier State Instigators have a chance to at least secure a host seed for the play-in tournament during their inaugural season in the American Basketball Association. Just about a minute left before we get into the opening ceremonies here live again at Prospect, Kentucky at the Shoot 360 facility, the official home venue of the Louisville Pros. currently holding a 4-9 record again in the Central Region and the Red Division. The Hoosier State Instigators currently holding a 6-8 record during their inaugural season in the Central Region and the Red Division as well. I just got a bit of a nervous hiccup over here, so I apologize for the brief interruption in between the commentary. As again, guys, I am just as excited as everybody else in the chat and the comments. Let us know if you're here watching. Make some noise in the chat and support your Hoosier State Instigators as they have a chance to solidify a home seed in the play-in tournament again for their inaugural season in the American Basketball Association. Make some noise for those guys on the court. As you see right there, about in the... I'm sorry, Jake, go ahead.
You're good. We just heard that buzzer go off, so I believe we're going to be starting here shortly. They got the clock set for the 12 minutes.
Yes, sir. That was my assumption as well. And again, let's while we still do have the platform, let's give a shout out to number one, JoJo Hart, the player of the game last week. This time, the only time that we've had a player of the game that was not voted on by the fans. JoJo made his way to the CRC last week, and he was in, there was a few unforeseen circumstances that led to JoJo arriving around halftime, and he came out, and as soon as JoJo hit the court, it's like we hit our next gear for the entirety of that game. We scored 91 that half, with JoJo providing a big spark to that number, and the players nominated JoJo as the player of the game. So we just want to say shout out to our guy, number one, JoJo Hart, number one on the court, number one in your heart, JoJo. As we have just again a few more moments leading up to the tip-off here. Both teams looking to secure a victory against each other for that potential home seed slot in the play-in tournament coming up in just a few weeks. As you see B. Brown on the court as well, we have both of our big men on the court here for this one. As Joe Bird almost puts the three up in his face, but that's a big man. When I was on site at the Clinton CRC for the first game, I was trying to do a couple shoot-arounds with B. Brown, and it was fairly similar to that shot. I didn't make a lot, I'll be honest. I could definitely see the threat of him being in front of you and putting his hands up. That is a big, big man alongside of his brother, Alex Brown, currently leading the entire nation in blocks as he leads the American Basketball Association. Again, just a keynote to look forward to on my end is the Louisville Pros currently hold a 4-9 record with 3 more games, including this one, to wrap up their regular season, while the Hoosier State Instigators just have 2 more, including today's game, to wrap up their inaugural season. Louisville Pros currently holding a 4-9 record, while the Hoosier State Instigators hold a 6-8 record. Both teams looking to secure the victory today. I'm sure the fans in the chat looking for the Hoosier State Instigators to do just that. As we have, it seems as if just a few more brief moments until we get into the opening ceremony, the introductions, and the tip-off of this one here, live again at the Shoot 360 facility in Prospect, Kentucky. As both teams head over to their respective sides of the court. It seems as if there is one final discussion for both sides' game plan as we get closer and closer again to the tip off. We want to say thank you to our official sponsors of your Hoosier State Instigators, SDMC Indiana, the Alley Oop sponsor of the year. Alongside of them, we want to say thank you to Fan Control Sports and Entertainment, Diamond House International, the IBL Pro Am League, and to all of the supporters and subscribers watching live directly from our Patreon. We cannot say thank you enough for all of your support throughout this inaugural season. Let's get this win today here, boys. What do you say?
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like we're getting close to the tip off here. Everybody's ready for this game to get started. Looks like just a couple more discussions and we'll be tipping off here in just a few moments.
Jake, I can feel the tension remote commentating from home right now. What does
Yeah.
it feel like in that venue right now?
Everybody is ready. You know, there's a lot on the line with today's game, and you can tell that from both sides. Both players have been making sure they get their shots in for their warm ups before the game. So everybody is ready, and they're looking forward to this game.
As we all are again watching from wherever anybody else is watching this from across the world. Man, I've just got chills right now. I am so excited for today's game. Uh, I think the best case scenario for this one to start off the game is a quick run for the Hoosier State Instigators just to solidify that they are here to play and here to stay. And again, as Jake mentioned earlier, I think today's game is focused around the defensive matchup on both sides of the court. Whichever team can limit the free opportunities at the line, alongside of creating possessions for their side of this game. I think that comes down to which team is going to come out victorious today here, live again at the Shoot 360 facility in Prospect, Kentucky, as it looks as if our starting lineup will consist of V. Brown playing at center today, alongside of Aubrey Patterson, Dylan Ware, and I do believe JoJo Hart will make the start. See what I did there? um, as the Hoosier State Instigators take the court, they head to the center line. I do believe we are just about to get ready for tip-off here, live again at the Shoot 360 facility, as that whistle signals the sound we've been waiting for and anticipating, as Chuck Bloom will also be on the court for today's starting lineup for your Hoosier State Instigators. This ball is up. That was a test run, as you see, as this one will signal the official tip-off now for today's game. And we are off. B. Brown gets the tip off for the Instigators as that ball will go now over to JoJo Hart. Down low to Chuck Bloom. Chuck down low, but he would not get fouled on his way up. That ball travels out of bounds. And the Louisville Pros now have the ball to start their first possession of the game. They go for a three. Just off the mark. Rebounded again now by JoJo Hart. JoJo back to Chuck Bloom. Chuck, he'll reset. Chuck goes over to Aubrey Patterson. No. Yes, Aubrey Patterson with the jumper, but just off the mark. And that will be rebounded now by the Louisville Pros. Louisville up the court. B. Brown on his guy. Dylan Ware. And Louisville takes the three. They're off the mark with it, and Dylan Ware goes up the court now with the ball as he tries to get that over to Chuck Bloom. Chuck goes back to Dylan. Dylan Ware with the first bucket of the game here as he goes up and scores two for the Instigators. Just about a minute into this one here as Louisville slows the pace and they go down the court now with the ball in their hand. Off the screen. That play dies, so they reset and they go back out to their guy. They play around the baseline. They drive into the paint, and they will answer back with a bucket there. 10:30 remaining. It is in the first quarter. It is a 2-2 game here as Dylan Ware has the ball right back in his hands. But that ball is stolen by the Louisville Pros, leads to a fast break, and they take their first lead of the game here, making that a 4-2 game here now as JoJo Hart with the ball. Last week's player of the game goes to Chuck Bloom. Chuck with the layup off the mark. V. Brown tries to get a second chance. He's off with it too. Chuck Bloom comes down with the rebound and he puts up the basket. Score is currently 4-4 now. And Louisville answers right back yet again, 6-4. Dylan Ware. Aubrey Patterson into the paint. He drives up and in. Put back by Dylan Ware. And that's good as that ties the game up yet again here. And a whistle blown on the court will stop action here.
Yeah, the clock at the venue has went out. That's what the stoppage is for currently.
And that is exactly why I love having Jake on site at the venue. as you heard from Jake himself, the clock at the venue has officially stopped, which caused the brief pause in action here. Score currently tied 6-6 with just about 9:20 remaining here in the first quarter. A back and forth one early here as both teams look to try and solidify their runs. Neither team getting in here early. And it seems as if looking over at the sidelines right now, both teams have a pretty full roster here today for today's game. So there will not be an issue regarding depth, I don't believe, on either side of the court today. So I am looking forward to a very, very tightly contested matchup here today. But I sure would love a big blowout win for your Hoosier State Instigators as the Pros have the ball in their hand here off of that inbound. They float around the baseline. Jab, step, jumper, and that one is up and in for the Louisville Pros. They take the lead right back here. Aubrey Patterson. He'll get that ball to Dylan Ware. Dylan Ware with the score! What a way to answer back from Dylan Ware for your Hoosier State Instigators as the Pros chuck up a shot. That one's off the mark, but rebounded by the Louisville Pros. They drive into the paint. They lose the handles, and that ball is stolen by the Instigators as JoJo Hart heads up the court. Screen set by V. Brown. Aubrey Patterson down low finds JoJo Hart. JoJo tries to put it up and that one's off the mark. Leads to a quick transition, but V. Brown down there in the paint. But the Pros get the shooter roll off of that one as that one rolls into the basket. They take the lead to 10-8 now as Chuck Bloom's down low. Another tightly contested shot down low. No foul called, but a foul called now on Dylan Ware as the home team heads to the line for the first time here. In today's game, they currently hold a 10-8 lead. But a timeout will be signaled as we have hit our first media break in this one here live at the Shoot 360 facility in Prospect, Kentucky. We will be right back here with your play-by-play after a quick media break. 10-8 is the score you see live at the venue. And as you folks have seen, there was a shooting foul leading up to that media break, which will send the Louisville Pros to the line for the first time here today. Currently holding a 2-point lead, looking to extend that here. First one off the mark. Second off the mark. That signals that ball don't lie, baby. As Hoosier State Instigators have the ball in their hand, they go up the court looking to take this lead back or tie it up here off of this possession. But that ball now stolen by, no, tipped out of bounds now by the Louisville Pros will signal another inbound now from the Hoosier State Instigators, as that will be Chuck Boom to inbound the ball. Every time these teams have faced off against each other this year, it has been a tightly contested one. The results showing the same thing here, as it is a 2-point game. Instigators down low, they will get fouled. No, they will lose possession now on that one, as the Pros now have the ball in their hand. And a travel called on the Louisville Pros will give the ball right back now to the Hoosier State Instigators. Dylan Ware inbound to last week's player of the game, number 1, JoJo Hart. JoJo with the ball right back in his hands. Looking to make some more here. A quick pick and roll to Chuck Boom, and he will get the foul call here. As he makes that basket, he heads to the line now for the first time for the Hoosier State Instigators, with an and one opportunity on the line here for Chuck Boom. Number 32, the captain of your Hoosier State Instigators. He'll put that one up and in, and he takes the lead for the Instigators, making this one an 11-10 ball game here. And that one, nothing but oxygen. Airball it all the way into the hands of Chuck Boom. Alex Brown on the court now for the Hoosier State Instigators. And that one off the mark for Aubrey Patterson, but JoJo Hart going down hard. He'll go to the line here for 2 of his own. As he looks to provide another spark for your Hoosier State Instigators. He has 2 free throw opportunities here. That one off the mark, though, will keep the score right where you see it on the scoreboard, 11-10. As JoJo Hart's second free throw opportunity here is up and in. That extends the lead by 2. Off the mark shot for Louisville. Louisville gets the ball stolen by Dylan Ware, who jumps in front of the pass. JoJo Hart drives into the paint. Second chance opportunity for Dylan Ware. Slams it in. And the crowd loud again for your Hoosier State Instigators as the fans continue to travel. And that ball is stolen yet again and tipped out of bounds now by the Louisville Pros. Ball stolen by the Hoosier State Instigators. Leads to another possession here for the Instigators here early. 6:05 remaining in the first quarter, with the Instigators currently up by 4, looking to add some more. As that one finally goes over to LaJuan Whitney. LaJuan back to Dylan Ware. Dylan Ware to AB. AB down low. Mike Pugh with the missed shot, but AB rebounds. He gets a second chance opportunity and puts it up and in. Currently 16-10. 5:45 remaining in the first. As Louisville drives into the paint. Ball stolen again. LaJuan Whitney. Alex Brown slams it down. The score currently 18-10 as the Instigators starting to make a run here. Looking to try to pull away here in the first quarter. Mike Pugh on his guy for the Hoosier State Instigators. Louisville shuts up another three. That one finally goes in for them. And it is a back and forth matchup here for the early stages of this one. As Dylan Ware goes to Chuck Bloom down low. Chuck Bloom just that back out. And a three made by none other than LaJuan Whitney. Mr. Swish himself takes the score to 21-13. Just under 5 minutes remaining in the first quarter live from the Shoot 360 facility in Prospect, Kentucky. Jumper. No, passed it over to the corner. They're off the mark. Mike Pugh comes down with the rebound as Pugh heads up the court with the ball. He goes right back out to LaJuan Whitney with another big shot. That ball continuing to find its way into the Hoosier State Instigators. What a play by Dylan Ware and Alex Brown right there. As the score now reads 22-13. Louisville with another three. They cash in on it. They chop that lead down slightly by the Instigators. No foul on that one. Ball kept in the hands of the Instigators as that Chuck Bloom now with the ball. He goes to Mike Pugh, and a whistle blown will signal a foul on the Hoosier State Instigators. I do believe, or maybe only a media timeout, as we are finally under the 4-minute mark here. Score currently reading 22-16. Hoosier State up by 6. As we will be right back after a quick media break. And we'll be right back here with your play-by-play. As we are back here, folks, live again from the Shoot 360 facility in Prospect, Kentucky. The Hoosier State Instigators holding a 6-point lead here. As, yes, there was a foul call that led into that media break as the Hoosier State Instigators give up the possession. The pros now head up the court with the ball in their hands, looking to chop down on this deficit. A wide open three for the Louisville Pros will do just that as the score now reads 22-19. A little bit of a pick and roll miscue on that one as the Louisville Pros get the steal, but the rebound is back into the hands of the Pros. They get the second chance opportunity, 22-21. As Joe Bird, he'll check in now for the Hoosier State Instigators. Down low, Mike Pugh with the basket makes it 24-21. 3 minutes remaining here in the first. Pick and roll sets up some space, but there's a big man down in the paint named Alex Brown. That one off the mark. Rebounded, second chance opportunity, no good. And Dylan Ware now comes down with the ball in his hands. Mike Pugh with the two, up and in for the Instigators. Off Off the mark with that shot for the pros as as the Instigators come down with it. That is Joe Bird with the rebound. Bird finds Pugh down low. Pugh tries to get around his guy, goes up for the shot off the mark. Louisville comes down with the rebound. And a ball stolen 3D rule in effect. Louisville wide open 3 for the 3D, but off the mark, they cannot cash in. Alex Brown, Dylan Ware driving to the paint. He will be fouled on the way up, sending him to the line for 2 here. Just under 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter. It is currently a 3-point game live here again from Prospect, Kentucky. And that first one up and in for Dylan Ware. As you see, a few substitutional changes coming out onto the court now for the Instigators. That one in as well, and a signal blown. Under 2 minutes remaining here in the first quarter, live again from Prospect, Kentucky. That ball will go out of bounds. But stays in possession of the Louisville Pros as they are in the paint. They go for the jumper, and they will get it and head to the line here for an and one opportunity. A big basket for the Pros as they try to keep themselves in this one here early. As Jesse Sawyer will now check in for Joe Bird. Chance Fry on the court as well, coming up with a big shot and playing great defense for the Hoosier State Instigators all throughout this inaugural season as well. The Louisville Pros will cash in on that and one opportunity. They turn the deficit down. Jesse Sawyer over to Aubrey. Aubrey Patterson. Down low is Aubrey. He gets the bucket up and in. Aubrey Patterson for 2 on that possession. Chance Fry with strong defense, but he will get a foul on that one, and that will send the Louisville Pros back to the line again here. About a minute remaining, just under a minute remaining in the first quarter. That one will not get the shooter roll as that rolls out and off the mark. That one will count up and in. Louisville cashing in on 1 out of 2 of those free throw possessions. As you see, LaJuan Whitney has the ball in his hands. He goes over to Aubrey Patterson. Aubrey to Jesse Sawyer with the long 2. Score is currently 32-27. Just about 30 seconds remaining here as Louisville will not cash in on that opportunity. Jesse Sawyer. No, Mike Pugh, that is, drives up and in, and he gets fouled on the way up. And Mike Pugh will head to the line here for 2 here. Hoosier State currently holding a 5-point lead, looking to extend that here. But that one will go off the mark. 24 seconds remaining here in the first quarter as Mike Pugh goes up for his second free throw opportunity of this possession. That one off the mark as well as it caroms off the inside of the rim. Louisville Looking to try to get a fast possession off of that one. No push foul. As that ball will go now out of bounds on the Instigators, Louisville. Louisville playing aggressive, playing behind the baseline and keeping themselves in it here. And that one will be a foul. Foul called now on the Louisville Pros. And Mike Pugh will have the ball to inbound now for the Instigators. Go, go, go! As that one will signal the end of the first quarter with that shot there. Hoosier State currently holding a 2-point lead against the home team, Louisville Pros. We will be right back again with your action right after a few media messages as we get back into this one here live again from Prospect, Kentucky at the Shoot 360 facility. Hoosier State currently up by 2. Again, a closely contested matchup with these two teams, as it has been all year long. Hoosier State currently holding a 2-point lead against the home team, the Louisville Pros, with a lot on the line here for both sides, as the Hoosier State Instigators look to secure a host seed in the play-in tournament, while the Louisville Pros look to keep their hopes alive here with a win against the Hoosier State Instigators. Louisville currently holding a 4-9 record, while Hoosier State holds a 6-8 record. Louisville will have the ball to inbound here to start the second quarter. These two teams faced off against each other earlier in the season with a game that went into overtime, and Louisville took that victory against the Instigators with a 102-98 point game. Louisville goes up the court with the ball in their hands. They look to try to tie up or take the lead here on this possession. Looks as if they're looking to take the lead, but they go down low. They settle for the tie as they get that bucket up and in, 32-32 to start the second quarter. And that is Dylan Ware, number 4. Chuck Bloom, he'll get that ball out to Chance Fry. That ball is stolen. Chance Fry. Louisville drives up, and they get the fast break bucket. Dylan Ware tries to get it down low to Chuck Bloom. He gathers the ball. They will reset. Dylan Ware goes over to Alex Brown. No foul call, but Chuck Bloom does get the basket to tie it up. That ball off the mark, rebounded by Dylan Ware. Dylan, back down low. And he'll make that run look easy there if he takes the lead back for the Instigators. Louisville setting their play. Down low. Off the mark. Alex Brown driving down. But a foul call charging will give the possession right back to the Louisville Pros there. As Louisville will make a few substitutional changes ahead of this inbound. Louisville looking to dish it over to the corner. They'll drive to the paint. Out of bounds that goes. Hoosier State will have possession. Dylan Ware finds AB. AB finds JoJo Hart. Little pick and roll action there for the Instigators. No good on that basket, though. Rebounded by the Pros as they go up the court now. But that ball stolen yet again off the effort from Chuck Bloom. Heads into the hands of Dylan Ware. Rebounded by Alex Brown. That ball will go out of bounds on the Louisville Pros as Chuck Bloom will have the ball to inbound now. Chuck Bloom. Whistle called. And you got to have the feeling that Swish was about to do what he does off of that possession. But that signal will stop play briefly. As Chuck Bloom now has the ball. Alex Brown now behind the baseline. Bucket up and in for the Instigators. That signals that was a three-pointer for the Instigators as the score heads to 39-34. Louisville with the ball back in their hands. Louisville playing from behind the line a lot today here early. A flashy layup for the Pros as that one goes up and then they trim the lead for the Instigators down to 3 here. Instigators right back up the court as JoJo Hart drives in himself. They'll find an open LaJuan Whitney, but LaJuan does not cash in on that 3-point there. Louisville, they do on theirs, and it is a tie ball game here, folks. No. As the score does result to a 39-39 point game here. Alex Brown tries to find Chuck Bloom, but that ball will be sent out of bounds by a Pros player. And we have just about 8 minutes remaining here in the first half. As Chuck Bloom does come off the court, he will be substituted in for as LaJuan Whitney gets that ball over to JoJo Hart. JoJo off the screen. Off the mark, but almost rebounded by Alex Brown. He loses the handles. And the Pros look to answer here to take this lead back. Another quick three. That guy's on fire for the Pros today. He makes another one. He takes the lead for the Louisville Pros as Hoosier State heads up the court. Another still stolen ball here. This one not in favor of the Instigators with nothing going for Pros on that possession. Rebounded by Dylan Ware. Dylan goes out to LaJuan. LaJuan misses that opportunity. Rebounded by JoJo Hart. That one up and in now for the Instigators as that will take the lead right back for Hoosier State. No, yes, as that looks as if that one was behind the line, it is a 42-41 point game now. Jumper from Louisville off the mark, rebounded by none other than the big man, Hollywood. AB, JoJo Hart will get fouled on the way up and he'll head to the line for 2. As he goes down hard, he's picked up by his teammates. He brushes that dirt off his shoulder a little bit as he gets ready to go and extend this lead for the Hoosier State Instigators. And it looks as if we will be taking our first media break of the second quarter. Coming off of that foul, as JoJo Hart will head to the line right after a quick media message. Currently, Hoosier State up by one. 6:38 remaining here live from Prospect, Kentucky. As the players start to take the court, JoJo Hart heading to the line here. That one rolls off the mark. And nothing going on that possession. And now a foul signaled on JoJo Hart as that ball goes back into the hands of the Louisville Pros. Just about 6.5 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. As Louisville heads up past the timeline. Rebounded. Rebounded by Alex Brown. Dylan Ware. He'll finish off that possession with a bucket for the Instigators as he extends the lead slightly here. But a three off the mark goes right back into the hands of the Louisville Pros. Another wide open three, but that one off the mark as well. Alex Brown with the block. And Dylan Ware now has the ball in his hands as he heads up the court. Mike Pugh trying to make it happen off of that one off the mark. Almost got his own rebound, but the Pros head up the court. Second chance opportunity, no good. Third, neither. And that ball will go out of bounds. Instigator signaling it was on the Pros.
It's actually the clock run out again.
But again, I got Jake on site at the venue at the Shoot 360 facility, letting us know that the clock has stopped yet again. So another brief pause in action as this one here is again a tightly contested one, 44-41 here, 5:22 remaining in the second quarter. A very tightly contested matchup, as it has been all year long between these two squads. But the Hoosier State Instigators currently up. Louisville way off the mark on that one as that ball is rebounded by Mike Pugh. Mike Pugh heads up the court. Gets it to the big man, Alex Brown. Alex will miss that shot as the Pros come down with the rebound. They go back into the paint. Alex Brown with another block, leading to his league-leading total. Alex Brown stating on the Instigate Success podcast this week that he actually takes a lot more pride in his block total than overall total points for himself. But that one from the current point leader for your Hoosier State Instigators, Lawan Whitney, adds 3 to the board for the Instigators there off of that possession. As the pros now look to answer back again. Alex Brown almost got another block to add on to his total. That one is off the mark. A signal whistle blown sends Louisville now to the line here for 2. Late whistle call on that one, but a shooting foul signal sends Louisville to the line. And they will cash in on their first one of this possession. Chuck Boone coming back into the game. Crowd gets loud. That ball rolls into the hands of the big man, AB. Alex Brown goes over to Chuck Bloom. Chuck Bloom to Dylan Ware. Dylan Ware drives in and he gets fouled on the way up. He'll head to the line here for 2 himself. Off the mark on that one for Dylan. Up the mark for both of those free throw opportunities for the Instigators. Keeps the score the same. Louisville looks to tie it up here. Alex Brown getting involved in that one again down low. And the Instigators have the ball right back in their hands. But that one unproductive for the Hoosier State Instigators as the pros, they get the ball. And unproductive as well for the Louisville pros as Instigators come right back down the court with that rebound. Juan Whitney wide open off the mark. And out of bounds it goes. 3:48 remaining here in the second quarter. As that will signal the final media break of the first half. Hoosier State currently up by 3. We will be right back with your play-by-play after a quick media break from our sponsors and partners. And the whistle is blown, signaling we are about to get right back into the action here. As Louisville pros will have possession here to inbound. They make their way past the timeline here. Currently down by 3. Just about 3:40 remaining in the first half. As Louisville chucks up a 3 that rolls off the backboard, rebounded by Mike Pugh. Mike Pugh goes up the court with the ball in his hands. Juan Whitney fouled as Louisville gets a reach-in foul called on that possession. The ball will now be inbounded by Dylan Ware. Pick and roll has been working for the Instigators today, but that one does not count in for a bucket. LeJuan with the roll gets that one up and in. 49-44. 3 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. Louisville driving into the paint. Block again by Alex Brown. Another one. Send that one all the way back to Clinton, Indiana. As I do believe that's about his fifth or sixth block here, just in the first half of this one here. Alex Brown playing a big role here for the Instigators, as he does each and every game. That one off the mark as well, and the big man comes down with the rebound. He gets that ball to Mike Pugh. Mike Pugh goes up the court to Chuck Bloom. Chuck Bloom to Delaware. Delaware down low to AB. AB to the basket. Slams it in. 51-44. And Louisville right back into the paint. But they will get the bucket on this possession. Mike Pugh. The newest addition to your Hoosier State Instigators. Mike Pugh with the ball in his hands. He goes off the pick. He gets it back to the big man. AB finds Chuck Bloom. Chuck Bloom with the three. Boom from Bloom. 54-46. Chuck Bloom plays some big defense there too. If that ball will go into the hands of Dylan Ware. Dylan gets it to Chuck. Chuck down low to AB again. And AB does it yet again. Another basket down low. 56-46. The biggest lead for the game so far, as Hoosier State is up by 10 with 1:30 remaining in the second quarter. That one off the mark. Rebounded by Mike Pugh. Mike Pugh will get that ball to Dylan Ware. Ware to Chuck. Chuck Bloom to Ware. Ware back down to AB. AB back to the bucket. And it is 58-46. Timeout called, as the Hoosier State Instigators have swollen their lead up to 12 points here in the second quarter with just about a minute remaining. We will be right back with your play-by-play as soon as we are back into the action. But we will send this one off to a quick message from our partners and get right back to the action live from Prospect, Kentucky at the Shoot 360 facility. An intense one here early, as the Hoosier State Instigators currently hold a 12-point lead against the home team, Louisville Pros, as the Pros make their way across the timeline. Looking to get an answer and stop this run for the Instigators. That ball is up and in. And the Instigators get another basket here, making it 60-46. 61-46 is that one counts for a three. But a foul called on the Pros will give the Instigators the possession. As Mike Pugh tried to get a quick inbound, but the officiating crew signal, let's reset. And they do it yet again. But the Instigators do have possession here, as there is a bit of a slick spot there below the basket. 42 seconds remaining here. A 15-point lead for your Hoosier State Instigators. Crowd traveling well in support of your Hoosier State Instigators, as they have done all throughout the inaugural season of this franchise. We cannot thank you fans enough for all of your support, as it shows no matter if we are at home at the Clinton CRC or if we are traveling away. As Chuck Bloom, he gets that ball to LaJuan Whitney. LaJuan drives down low. Another finger roll, but that one is off the mark. Louisville looks to answer back off a fast break. They missed their opportunity on that one. Second chance, no good. Rebounded by the Pros. Yet again, and another block by Alex Brown. Louisville finally cashing in on a bucket there. Takes the lead to 61-48 with 13 remaining. Dylan Will says, let's get that lead right back to where it was with a slam. About 7 seconds remaining here as time winds down in the first half. Hoosier State up big. That one will count for a buzzer-beating three. 63-51 will be the score as the Hoosier State Instigators take a 12-point lead to head into the half. Currently up again 12 live from the Prospect, Kentucky at the Shoot 360 facility. We will be right back with your halftime messages right after a quick media break. Hoosier State currently up by 12. Hoosier State Instigators up by 12 here to head into halftime. Both teams early on back and forth throughout this one. However, the Instigators made a quick big run for themselves as they take the lead into the halftime. Instigators had the lead 32-30 to start the second quarter. As you see, that lead has gone to 63-51, keeping the Louisville Pros to 21 points in the second quarter as they go and score 31. And a very, very entertaining matchup here early. Jake, if you are around, man, how are you feeling about that first half performance from your Hoosier State Instigators?
It was a great first half, really wrapped up solid. You could tell there's a lot of Instigators fans here in attendance, especially after those big blocks and big dunks from AB. Dylan had a nice couple of dunks as well. It seems like feeding the ball down low has been successful so far.
Yeah, absolutely. And man, yeah, you said it, man. Those fans, we have to show them love because man, it gets loud anywhere the Hoosier State Instigators travel to, and man, especially at home at the Clinton CRC, the official home venue of your Hoosier State Instigators. But man, it is just always such a surreal feeling to know that we are traveling away, and those fans are just as loud as anywhere you could put them on the map. As the Hoosier State Instigators again took a big run this second quarter, Jake. I think you're right. It comes down to defense, and it comes to right now. What's been working is the pick and roll and getting down low underneath the basket. But Alex Brown, man, I haven't been keeping an official count, but I think he's right around 6 or 7 blocks so far, just in that first half alone. Well, man, big man being a big presence down low on both sides of the court for the Instigators today.
Yeah, he's making a great case for a potential player of the week for this upcoming game.
He's making
props. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's get into that right quick. Let's talk some props.
Yeah, so this week we had his props at rebounds. I'm thinking maybe next week we'll have to go for blocks. But we had him at over-under for 15.5 rebounds. I think he's probably going to be on pace to hit over on that as well.
If I could,
yeah,
if I could parlay, just to interject, if I could parlay an Alex Brown total points, rebounds, and blocks, I'd probably be remote commentating this from an island somewhere at this point because man, he is just going off all year long, making a strong case for a first-team All-Star ballot as well. Currently, again, leading the league, the entirety of the league, and blocks, as he adds on to that total more and more throughout today's game as well. So just a huge present for your Hoosier State Instigators from the very first tip off of the inaugural season, all the way up till today and heading into the playoffs. Again, as this one has major implications on the line for your Hoosier State Instigators as they look to try to secure at least a home seed for the play-in tournament here with a win today. I think they would do just that. So again, fans, this is one. This is a big game for the for both sides, the instigators and the pros. However, as you see, the score reads currently 63-51 here at half. I think there's not much that I would take away that we need to change up right now, other than maybe there is one or two guys over there on the pros that have been deadly from behind the line right now. Other than that, everything's working to the game plan so far. We will see how that translates over into the second half here. But if the Hoosier State Instigators can keep up this intensity throughout the third quarter and continue their run, we're looking at a potential blowout opportunity. The pros trying to limit that chance and trying to get back into this one here. Only down by 12. We've seen that on the Instigators side where the Instigators have clawed their way back from deficits like this throughout the year. So they can't afford to be comfortable by any means. Just got to keep pressuring, keep playing the defense that they've been playing, and get to the basket the way that we have throughout that second or first half, rather. And I think we're in for another show here, man.
Yeah, so far this has been a little bit of a higher scoring game compared to the first two matchups between these two teams. That first matchup, it was right around 100 for each team. It was 98-102, and that was overtime. And then the second matchup was 118-111. So we're definitely on pace to break that score for this week. I know, like, when I did the props, the over-under I had was 229 and a half. So I think we're definitely going to hit the over on that if we keep up this pace.
229 and a half is the number now. Okay, good to know. As let's explain that to fans who may not know exactly what we're talking about. Jake, would you go into a little bit about the control app and what they've done for the Hoosier State Instigators throughout their inaugural season?
Yeah. So a lot of us came from fan-controlled football. We're still in good relations with them, and they were graceful enough to put us in their app. Their new app is the Control app. You can download that if you visit fcse.xyz. You can get that for Google or Apple products. And on their app, every week before our games, we are in contact with them, and we get a couple of prop picks up with the total points scored, as well as some player props, and the winner of each game between the instigators every week. So we're grateful to have that opportunity. Always look forward to seeing those picks in the app every week.
Absolutely, and yes, we are absolutely grateful for all of their support throughout everything that we've done with this franchise leading up to the inaugural season and throughout. Fan Control Sports and Entertainment, they are a massive brand in the sports world with over hundreds of thousands of fans throughout the world, millions and millions of views throughout their seasons, and it just shines a brand new light to the Hoosier State Instigators outside of the community that we have built with the Apex Athletic Collective, and again with the relationships that we've built throughout Clinton, Indiana, and Vermilion County as well. So we cannot be more than grateful enough to be able to be a part of all of this experience and sharing that experience together with new fans around the world and all of our partners and sponsors as well. As we are just, I would say we're about halfway through halftime at this point, are we, Jake?
We actually got a minute left on the clock of the.
Oh, even better as the action is getting closer and closer. Hoosier State Instigators currently up by 12. And we are looking at a big scoring game for both sides of this one here. As Jake, you mentioned earlier, that hasn't necessarily been the case for the matchup between the pros and the instigators throughout this season. It has been very tightly contested. Again, Hoosier State cannot afford to get comfortable here. We have to continue playing that intensity, keep that intensity level on defense, and keep getting to the basket one way or another on offense as we try to inflate that score even more. But I'm happy with the 12-point lead. However, let's see if we can't slow that up even more by the end of the third, heading into the fourth here. As we get closer and closer to tip off, we want to say thank you again to everybody watching live directly from the Apex Athletic Collective Patreon channel, and to all of our sponsors and partners, the SCMC Indiana, Diamond House International, the IBL Pro Am League, and Fan Control Sports and Entertainment. Again, as Jake mentioned earlier, head over to Fan Control Sports and Entertainment's website, FCSE. That's F as in fan, C as in control, S as in sports, and E as in entertainment. FCSE.xyz. Download the control app and get in on those picks and polls for your Hoosier State Instigators. As we are closer and closer to heading into second half here. And that whistle signals what we've all been anticipating as we get closer and closer to starting off the second half here live again from the Shoot 360 facility in Prospect, Kentucky, the official home venue of the Louisville Pros in the American Basketball Association. The Hoosier State Instigators will have the ball to inbound here to start the second half. LaJuan Whitney gets the ball to Dylan Ware. Dylan Ware goes past the timeline. And we are off. Mike Pugh with the ball. He will try to get that ball down low. Quick inbound. And Chuck Bloom drives to the basket. He adds on. He gets the first points of the second half here. Whistle blown as the pros go down. They inbound the ball now here. They dish it right back out. They drive to the paint. They dish it back out. And that one will sail out of bounds as it catches air. LaJuan Whitney. Ball stolen by the pros. Mike Pugh there, but the pros cash in on that bucket there. 63-53 or 66-53 is the score here. As Dylan Ware now has the ball, he finds Thomas Brown again down low. Off the mark, rebounded, second chance, good for Brown. AB cashes in on that one. Seems to lead to 15 points here. As Louisville almost in a position where you got to think they've got to start trying to drain these threes. However, that may not be the smart play. It may be better to drive down low as they do just that. And they will cash in on a bucket there, sending the score to 68-55 now. Pick and roll. Three for Swish off the mark. Dylan Ware there, but that ball does go in. Dylan Ware over to LaJuan. LaJuan to Pugh. Mike Pugh with the jumper off the mark. He'll get his own rebound. He'll drive in and he'll get that back. He'll get that bucket back for the Instigators. Crowd gets loud. That one's off the mark, and another block by Alex Brown. Added up, but that one will be a foul called on number 7, AB, as Louisville went down hard. They head to the line here for an and one opportunity off of that bucket made. Mike Pugh coming off the court. He'll be substituted in for substituted out rather, as that ball does roll off the rim. No and one made for the pros. Keeps the lead to 11 here as the Instigators go up the court. No, Mike Pugh was not substituted out rather. Okay, Bloom. Down to Ware. Off the mark. Pros. Fast break. Off the mark for their rebound. Their shot. Rebounded by Mike Pugh. Whistle called. Reach in on Louisville Pros. Will stop the possession for a brief moment, but Alex Brown inbounds that one in. Hoosier State right up the court. Off the mark on that one. Louisville. And another big three for the Louisville Pros. Starting to chop down on this lead here. Instigators had a 12-point lead to start this half. Currently down to 8 now. But that ball will be out of bounds on the Louisville Pros. And quick three off the mark. Rebounded by Dylan Ware. Dylan Ware tries to get it down low. Alex Brown will gather that one. He'll get it over to Chuck Bloom. Chuck goes over to Luwan Whitney. Luwan drives into the paint. Left-handed layup up and in. Gets it back to a 10-point lead now for the Instigators. Hoosier State currently up by double digits. Louisville looking to do anything they can to get that application. They will drive up and in and get the 2 points off of that possession. Eight-point game off the mark from that three, off the mark from Lawan. Ball finds its way into the Pros' hands. And a whistle blown. Will signal the first media timeout of the second half, which means that we will be right back here with your play-by-play after a quick media message live from Prospect, Kentucky at the Shoot 360 facility.
I'm literally. I'm blind.
Hoosier State Instigators currently holding a 9-point lead here, with just about 7 minutes and 26 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Louisville will lose possession as the Instigators have the ball now to inbound. They go up the court. That's Dylan Ware with the ball in his hands. He'll find Mike Pugh. Pugh gets the ball over the switch, and he does just what his nickname says. That one catching nothing but net. That ball off the mark, rebounded by Alex Brown. Alex Brown down low. Sends that ball all the way up court to Mike Pugh. Dylan Ware for the second chance opportunity. That one is good. The paint is covered in instigators there. Louisville sending that ball behind the line. They drive back into the paint. Nothing there as well. They reset yet again. They have to take the three there. That one's off the mark and rebounded by Dylan Ware for the Hoosier State Instigators. Ware gets that ball over to Whitney. LaJuan Whitney with the ball in his hands. He gets another left-handed roll on that layup, and that is up and in 78-63. Hoosier State up by 15. Mike Pugh there to contest the shot, but that three drains in for the Louisville Pros. And Dylan Ware slows the pace. He lets his guys get in position. Dylan Ware, a cheat code at point guard. As he goes up and gets the second chance off of that rebound. That sends the lead to 14 now for the Hoosier State Instigators as they have crossed that 80-point mark here in the third quarter. And that one will send the Louisville Pros to the line here for two. Instigators currently holding a 14-point lead. Louisville, again, looking to chop down on that. But that one will not help the cause as that one goes off the mark for the first free throw of this possession. Louisville will have one more. That one no good as well. Louisville actually getting 3 free throw possessions off of that one. And Louisville will cash in on 1 of 3 there. As they trim the lead down to 13 points here now, Hoosier State goes up the court. LaJuan Whitney. Shifty, step back, 3, and 1! Will send LaJuan Whitney to the line for a 4-point play here. 83-67 is the score at the moment. LaJuan Whitney looking to add on to that lead here. And the crowd got loud on that one there, knowing LaJuan Whitney, the leading scorer for the Instigators, is heading to the line for a potential 4-point play. And he cashes in on that, making it a 17-point lead now for your Hoosier State Instigators, who are currently 84-67.
They ruled that a 2.
They ruled that a 2. Okay, so make that 83-67, however, another answer back from the Instigators there just now. Makes it 86-67. Ball stolen by the Instigators behind the back pass from Bird. Down low, but a foul call. They will signal charging on Aubrey Patterson. That will cancel out the dunk from Dylan Ware. Louisville will have the ball in their possession here. What a pass, though, from Joe Bird to Aubrey Patterson. And had it not been for that charging foul, Dylan Ware coming down off another flashy pass from Aubrey Patterson. That ball blocks the Brown, but a foul called. 19-point game here live in Prospect, Kentucky. But Louisville Pros, the home team, will head now to the line for 2 free throw opportunities. That one off the mark. As the crowd getting into this one here live at the venue. Louisville going for their second free throw opportunity of this one. They cash in on 1 out of 2 with that made bucket there. 16-point lead for your Hoosier State Instigators. Just under 4 minutes remaining here. Lawan Whitney, he gets the ball. He'll go for a shot, and he gets the foul on that three-point play, so he'll head to the line now for 3. But being under 4 minutes means that we are heading into our second media break of the second half, which also means that we will be right back with your play-by-play commentary right after a quick media break from our partners and sponsors live here from the Shoot 360 facility in Prospect, Kentucky. We are back. Score is currently 86-68. The visiting Hoosier State Instigators holding an 18-point lead against the Louisville Pros, with major playoff implications on the line for both sides. Hoosier State looking to lock this one down, and come away with the victory. As Lawan Whitney heads to the line for 3 free throw opportunities here, looking to extend the lead by the Instigators here with 3:50 remaining in the third. Lawan Whitney. Good for the first. And the second as well. Sends the lead to 20 points here for the Instigators in the third quarter. Along with the intentional miss, he'll go up the backboard. That ball sails out of bounds as the Instigators try to get a quick 2 more off of that one. Currently holding a 20-point lead. Louisville with the ball in their hands. And that ball rebounded by Dylan Ware. Louisville not having an answer for the Instigators. Dylan Ware with the hops, with the vertical. And Alex Brown there to contest that shot, but the second chance is good for the Louisville Pros. As Joe Bird now with the ball in his hands, he goes for the 3 off the mark. And a 3 for Louisville off the mark. Goes into the hands of the big man, AB. AB says, I need my 2-2. And I ain't talking about ballet. But Louisville, they drive right back down the court. And they get that made bucket as well. Lead is currently up to 20 now for your Hoosier State Instigators. Coming into the second half with a 12-point lead. That one off the mark, and rebounded by the Louisville Pros. Alex Brown down there But the pros get a shooter roll on that one. Dylan Ware gets his guys in position. Alex Brown down low. Ball will go out of bounds. Off that catch and dribble. And it seems as if there will be, yes, an inbound now from the Louisville Pros will keep the action in motion as the Pros, they get past the timeline. And Venice Brown checks in for Alex Brown at center for the Hoosier State Instigators. As both players show each other their shoes there. The Louisville Pros head to the line here for two. Chance Fry seeing some more action here on the court as well for your Hoosier State Instigators. (92-75). Louisville catching in on a 1 out of 2 on that free throw possession there. Chance Fry finds V Brown. V back to Chance Fry. And just off the mark on that shot as Louisville Pros come down with the rebound. Behind the line they go. And that one way off the mark as it catches nothing but wind. The AC blowing strong in the Shoot 360 facility. A whistle blown ahead of the inbound from the Hoosier State Instigators, currently holding a 17-point lead here live from the Shoot 360 facility in Prospect, Kentucky. The inbound is now made. Aubrey Patterson goes over to Joe Bird. Joe Bird up the court. Joe Bird down low. Off the mark as the Pros get the rebound. They drive up and get the basket. 50 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Hoosier State gives up the ball. Louisville looking to trying to kill this lead down a little bit for the Instigators, and that three will do just that. It's a 12-point game here. Instigators need to slow this pace down and get through the third. But they have other things in mind. No foul called on that one. There was a little bit of hands. It looked like a glove company on the court. But a layup will lead to another basket for the Louisville Pros. And a stolen ball, fast break, buzzer beater for the Louisville Pros. No, it doesn't. It seems as if the ref signaled that will not count. It is a 92-82 point game here as we head into the fourth quarter. Hoosier State currently holding a 10-point lead against the home team, Louisville Pros. We will be right back with your action right after a quick message. Hoosier State with a lead that swelled up to about 20 throughout that third. Louisville taking advantage of all of their possessions throughout that third quarter. They turned that lead down now to a 10-point game here with 1 quarter remaining in regulation. Hoosier State will have to defend the Louisville Pros as they have the ball to inbound this to start this fourth quarter. That three off the mark, right to the hands of Dylan Ware. No return. They say it's a stolen ball. And now a whistle blown on your Hoosier State Instigators as the Louisville Pros head to the line here for 2 free throw opportunities to start the fourth quarter. Oh, my. And I do believe that signals a technical foul called now.
Yeah, it looks
As
like
there
they
will
did
be
call a technical on the Instigators.
that one rolls off the mark. That one will go in for the Pros. And now Louisville will head to the line. As the refs get together for their post-game plans. Head over to the Adventure Bear Company, the official hangout spot of your Hoosier State Instigators.
I don't know what caused the double tap.
The rim showing no love on that free throw opportunity there, as that one is off the mark for the Louisville Pros. And for the fifth free throw of this possession, Louisville only cashing in on 2 out of 5 there. But they will have the ball, I do believe. Yes, they will have the ball now to inbound as well. Big man there for the rebound. That's Alex Brown. Gets that ball over to Luwan Whitney. Luwan down to Dylan Ware. He'll get fouled and head to the line. Dylan Ware, number 4. Good for his first free throw of this possession. Off the mark on that one, though. And the Louisville Pros come down with the rebound. They go for the fast break. And they will get the bucket there. Dylan Ware now with the ball in his hands. He finds this guy, Luwan Whitney. Luwan Going to his former IBL teammate, Chuck Bloom. Chuck Bloom going over to Mike Pugh. Mike Pugh finding the lane. He'll drive in and get fouled on the way up. And Mike Pugh going down hard. He gets picked up as he heads to the line. You see Alex Brown down there hitting his little dance moves as he knows his guy, Mike Pugh, is heading to the line for 2 free throw opportunities here. 48 remaining in the fourth quarter.
You get texted.
Off the mark for that first free throw possession, Mike Pugh. Rolls off the mark. That ball goes back to the hands of Pugh. Pugh finds Dylan Ware, and Dylan gets fouled on the way up as he'll head to the line again here. No shooting foul called on that one. However, ball does remain in the hands of the Instigators. Jumper off the mark for the Instigators. Rebounded. Push-off foul now. Called on Dylan Ware. Louisville will have the ball in their hands. A 7-point game here in the fourth quarter. The lead for the Instigators swelled up to about 20 in the third. That three is off the mark, but put back for the Pros. It's now a 5-point game as they find Alex Brown down low, and he will get the basket up and in for the Instigators. And a nice change of direction for the Louisville Pros on that jumper. They will get that basket in. 95-90 now. As the Pros have scored 8 points in this quarter. The Instigators have only scored 3 so far. But Alex Brown will head to the line for 2 free throw opportunities here. Off the mark on that free throw opportunity there for the big man, AB. But he will get the bucket on that one there, adding to the lead for the Hoosier State Instigators.
No, it's great, Bob. Wait, take your point off, man. Don't go, man. He's standing. He's standing. There you go.
The Pros. Pros will have the ball to inbound here. Trailing by 5. 9:43 remaining in the fourth quarter. And they trim down that lead with a 3 there. As they have went on an 11-3 run here in the fourth quarter. Ball off the hands of the Pros will trail out of bounds, and the Instigators now will have the ball to inbound. Alex Brown down low. Rebounded. Chuck Bloom with the putback. Louisville staying in this one. Hoosier State trying to close it out. Rebound by Alex Brown. He'll get that ball over to Lawan Whitney, who goes down hard. Foul called on the Louisville Pros. Chuck Bloom, team captain, will have the ball to inbound for your Hoosier State Instigators. Chuck Bloom, number 32, coming off of a strong performance last week as well. And really all throughout the season, Chuck Bloom has been very consistent, leading to being voted by the fans and the ownership and the players themselves, leading to the vote of becoming the official team captain for your Hoosier State Instigators in their inaugural season. And the whistle is blown there, and that signals we are back in action here. The inbound goes to Mike Pugh. Mike Pugh finds AP. That ball is stolen by the Pros. They hit a quick fast break. But that bucket will go up and in for the Pros. And now, Mr. Jones signals a stop in action here as both sides head to the sideline for a timeout. We will be right back after a quick message. It is a 2-point game now here live at the Shoot 360 facility in Prospect, Kentucky. Hoosier State holding a slim lead, but Louisville on a big run. We will be right back after a quick message. Louisville currently with a 13-5 lead run here ahead of that break in the fourth quarter. As the Hoosier State Instigators now have the ball, they will be the ones to inbound for this possession. That's Chuck Bloom, who goes to Dylan Ware. And fouled on his way up. And Dylan Ware will head to the line here for two. He'll cash in on the first one. Off the mark for the second, though, and the Pros now have the ball in their hand. And that three will do no good for them as Chuck Bloom comes down with the rebound. Dylan Ware now with the ball. He gets his guys in position. Alex Brown down low. But another foul on the Louisville Pros here. And a immediate timeout is signaled here. A 3-point game And that means we will be right back again right after another quick message. Currently, Hoosier State up by 3, live again from Prospect, Kentucky. Another close matchup here with your Hoosier State Instigators holding a 3-point lead against the home team Louisville Pros. Both teams having close matchups throughout the entirety of the season. It almost felt like it would be a blowout leading into the third quarter. However, now, as you see, with 7:52 remaining in the fourth, it is only a 3-point lead for your Hoosier State Instigators. But they will have the ball. No, Louisville will have the ball to inbound. No, yeah, Instigators with the ball in their hands. They go for the three. Chuck Bloom, that is. And he will cash in. Instigators head over that 100-point mark. As Louisville now looking to answer back. They trail by 6. They go for 3. That one almost sails out of bounds, but Louisville finally there to catch it. And Alex Brown with another big rebound. He'll go to Chuck Bloom. Chuck Bloom says, hey, I'll get it back to AB. AB will get it to the basket. And now the score reads 102-95. As it is a 7-point game here. Alex Brown goes up for another block, but that one no good. Louisville comes down with the rebound and they get the basket up. And they keep this one close here. 5-point game, 6:50 remaining in the fourth quarter. Step back. LaJuan Whitney just off the mark. Rebounded now by the Louisville Pros. They go for a 3. They missed it. Rebounded by Dylan Ware. Dylan, he'll work his way past this guy. And a foul will be called. I do believe that will be on the Louisville Pros. Yes, that is signaled on the Louisville Pros in transition. As it looks as if there may have been a reach-in foul called while Dylan was on his fast break. And that ball will be right back to Dylan. Dylan says, I'll get it over to our guy, Chuck Bloom. Chuck Bloom finding Aubrey Patterson. Aubrey loses the handles. And now a reach-in foul called on Dylan Ware. 6:17 remaining. Here's a 5-point game as whistles start to blow. No whistle on that one. That's an Alex Brown rebound. That's a drive by LaJuan Whitney, but the ball is stolen by the Louisville Pros. Big block by Dylan Ware. Right back into the hands of the Pros, and they drive it in a late whistle call. A late whistle call will signal an and one opportunity now for the Louisville Pros, who are trying to claw their way back into this one here. Currently down by 3 with just under 6 remaining in the fourth quarter. Right back into the hands of the Pros on that rebound. Alex Brown, another block. LaJuan Whitney down to Chuck Bloom. That ball stolen. And that will tie this one up. That one will send this one to a 1-point game, rather, as it is 5:36 remaining. There will be a timeout called 102-101. Hoosier State. A very tightly contested one here indeed, as it is a 1-point game here with just about 5.5 remaining in the fourth quarter. Louisville Pros currently leading the all-time series against your Hoosier State Instigators 2-0. Instigators can potentially lock down a home seed in the play-in tournament with a victory here against the Louisville Pros, which I do believe would send both of these teams to face off against each other for the play-in tournament, which would be a very, very entertaining one indeed, as well, as you see here live again from the Shoot 360 facility in Prospect, Kentucky. That ball is inbounded from Dylan Ware. It goes over to LaJuan Whitney. LaJuan, he'll get the jumper. He says the mid-range ain't dead. And he'll add on 2 for your Hoosier State Instigators there. Alex Brown smothering the paint. Louisville will need to reset. They go for a 3 of their own, and that one's off the mark. And who other for the rebound than Alex Brown? Dylan Ware up the court. Foul! Chuck Drew fouled on the way up. He cashes in on that bucket, though. He'll head to the line for an and one opportunity here. Looking to extend the lead for your Hoosier State Instigators. 4:48 remaining in the fourth quarter. Seven-point lead. Chuck Bloom looking to add on to it here. And he does just that. 6-point lead, rather, as my eyes told lies. But that one is up and in for the Pros now. 4-point game. And Chuck Bloom, he'll find Dylan Ware. LaJuan Whitney off the mark with that shot. Right, quick back by Chuck Bloom as he goes down hard on that one. Still on the ground now, as you hate to see that for either side. However, seems as if he is gathering himself. He came down hard. It looked as if he may have hit his head on the court off of that bucket, but as you see, he gets up on his own power as he goes and shakes it off. Hoosier State currently up by 6 here. 4:17 remaining in regulation. Both teams face off against each other in an overtime matchup. The very first time they met up here live at the facility. And that one will count up and in for a 2 from Louisville. 4 minutes remaining as LaJuan Whitney now has the ball in his hands, looking to increase this 4-point lead for the Instigators. But that ball sails out of bounds, and miscommunication will lead to a possession now for the Louisville Pros. But with us being under 4 minutes, that will signal the final media break of regulation, folks. 109-105 is the score here, live at the Shoot 360 facility in Prospect, Kentucky. Hoosier State up by 4. We will be right back after a quick message from our sponsors, live again from Prospect, Kentucky. 109-105 is the score here. With just under 4 minutes remaining in regulation here, Louisville will have the ball to inbound. And they go up the court now. Long range three, just off the mark. Rebounded by LaJuan Whitney. He finds Dylan Ware. Dylan Ware goes to Mike Pugh. Mike Pugh to AB. AB will get the bucket. No foul call on that one, but he cashes in. 111-105. And another long three, but that one does go in now for the Louisville Pros. 3-point game here. Both teams going basket for basket at the moment. Hoosier State looking to answer back. Chuck Bloom down low. No foul call. That ball is in possession now for the Louisville Pros. Fast break. And they will cash in. It's a 1-point game now, Louisville. Smothering LaJuan Whitney, but LaJuan goes up for the bucket, cashes in. Takes the lead to 113-110 now for the Instigators. Three off the mark. Rebounded by Dylan Ware. Dylan Ware, AB, Chuck Bloom to the basket, up and in. And a timeout called now. 5-point game here, 2:28 remaining in the fourth quarter. This one coming down to the wire so far here as the Instigators hold on to a lead with just about 2:27 remaining in the fourth quarter. We will be right back again with your play-by-play just after a quick brief message from our sponsors and partners. Louisville with the ball. Time winding down here for Louisville with the ball in their hands, looking to get a bucket off of this possession. And that one falls out of bounds. As you hear the traveling team, the away team's fan base getting loud over in the 360 facility. Foul called as Alex Brown gets fouled in transition on that one. He heads to the line for two here. Looking to increase the Hoosier State Instigators lead here. 2 minutes on the dot remaining in the fourth quarter. Alex Brown, the big man, currently leading the entire nation in blocks. Looking to add on to his total points score total as well. And he will do that with that first free throw opportunity. He'll get one more. Hoosier State currently up by 6. 116-110. Alex Brown. No good on that one, though. But a whistle blown will signal an inbound off of that free throw opportunity, which... Okay, as Louisville heads up the court. Oh, my God. Louisville, they will get the 3. They keep it now within 3. As time winds down here in regulation, it is a one-possession game almost, seemingly. And a obvious foul called on Louisville Pros will send LaJuan Whitney to the line for 2 here. 1:30 remaining now in the fourth quarter. Hoosier State currently holding a 3-point advantage against the home team, Louisville Pros, as we play out of the Shoot 360 facility in Prospect, Kentucky. Lawan Whitney, rather, to the line for the first free throw of this possession. That one rolls off the rim. Score stays the same, 116, 113, 130 remaining. The Lawan Whitney switch goes and cashes in on 1 of 2 there. Takes the lead to 4 now. And a foul, charging foul called on Louisville. Gives the ball right back to the Hoosier State Instigators. 123 remaining here in the fourth quarter. And that will be Dylan Ware to inbound the ball. And that ball is inbounded to Mike Pugh. Mike Pugh goes to Chuck Bloom. Chuck Bloom to the basket. Up and in. 119, 116, 6-point game here with a minute or so remaining into the fourth quarter. Louisville, they go for a 3. That one bounces in and out. But they get the second chance. They put that one up and in. 4-point game now. And the Instigators lose possession on that one. Louisville missed that shot opportunity. Mike Pugh now. Yes! Hoosier State Instigators for Juan Whitney with the 3. Takes the lead to 7 points. 8 points now. 7 points with 23, or about 20 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter. It is a 7-point game. 26 seconds to be exact on the clock. 7-point game here. Hoosier State up as we head into a quick message again. Yet, you know what? Matter of fact, let's stick around this time. Let's stick around. Jake, are you you around the mic at the moment?
Yeah.
Jake,
Yeah,
how are we
it's
feeling here, man?
definitely loud here in the arena. Everybody's on the edge of their seats here, back and forth. It's going to be a great finish to this game.
I'm glad I know I'm not the only one because, man, it is entertaining here. We got a 7-point game. Time continues to wind down as Louisville looks to get an answer back quick. They have to do that. It's definitely more than a one-possession game here as that time continues to tick. Louisville, they go for a 3 off the mark, but they get their rebound. They get off the mark, and that one, Mike Pugh will get the rebound. He has the court. And out Brown. That ball off of his hands, but it goes into the hands of Mike Pugh. Time ticks. Clock winds down, and we signal the end of this one here live at the Shoot 360 facility. The Hoosier State Instigators head to 7-8 on the season with a victory against the Louisville Pros, who are now 4-10 in the American Basketball Association. A 6-point game at the end of it here. 121-115 is the final score. Hoosier State with their first win streak of their inaugural season now as well, coming off of a victory against the Clarksville Phoenix last week. They get the job done here in Louisville, Kentucky, with a victory against the Louisville Pros, which seemingly, at least again, secures a host seed for your Hoosier State Instigators in their inaugural season. You'll see them being at least in the play-in tournament now as an expansion team in the American Basketball Association. Jake, we got the job done today. How are we feeling now that the time is done and we can know that we've got another win in the book for the Instigators?
I didn't write any checks. No, it's amazing. It's the first game I've been at that we've actually been able to get the victory. So I'm really excited for that. But that was a really tough matchup. Every matchup we've had against the pros has been very close. Glad we were able to pull that one off. They had a really strong fourth quarter.
A really strong fourth quarter indeed. It seemed as if, again, heading into the halftime, it was the score at half was 63 to 51. That lead went down to a 10-point lead to end the third quarter, and as you see, that lead trimmed down to about a 3-point game, 2-point game here throughout the fourth quarter. But the Hoosier State Instigators holding it down and getting it done today again, heading to 7-8 now on our inaugural season. We'll be right back here on Patreon, streaming the final game of the inaugural regular season for the Instigators next week as we face off against the Indiana Lions for the final game again for the regular season as we get closer and closer to playoffs for your Hoosier State Instigators. I am Jay. I have been remote commentating alongside of my guy Jake, who is on site at the venue today. And as this one comes to an end, we want to say thank you again to all of our sponsors. SBMC Indiana, the Adventure Beer Company, aka the Gator Pit, the official hangout of your Hoosier State Instigators. Alongside of them, we also want to thank the IBL Pro-Am League, Diamond House International, and Fan Control Sports and Entertainment, alongside of all of our fans around the world watching exclusively from Patreon. You can become a supporter of our Patreon as well for as little as $1 a month and watch exclusive live game broadcasts, exclusive content such as our official podcast of the Instigators, Instigate Success, building an ABA franchise, where we go behind the scenes of all the operational side of the business, alongside of doing player to fan interviews, and just overall trying to give our fans an experience that you wouldn't get from a typical professional franchise league. Hoosier State Instigators 7-8. As we come out of this one victorious against the Louisville Pros, I believe we will be seeing them again in the play-in tournament. And the Instigators looking to even the score against the Pros in that game, as the all-time series now heads to 2-1 with the Louisville Pros up by one game. None bigger than a play-in tournament, as we have one more game left for the inaugural season. I am Jay, alongside of my guy Jake and my guy Robert behind the camera. We want to say thank you to all of our fans for watching this one, sticking it out throughout this one, and supporting the Hoosier State Instigators all throughout everything, throughout the off season, throughout the lead up of the inaugural season, all the way up to this point. We have one more game left in the inaugural regular season, folks, until we get to talking about playoffs. And until next time, be great, instigate. Hoosier State win 121-115 is the final score as they head to 7-8. The Louisville Pros fall to 4-10 now. And we will be right back here again next week as we face off against the reigning co-defending champions of the American Basketball Association, the Indiana Lions. We will be right back next week. See you guys. Until next time, be great, instigate, and head over to the Adventure Beer Company. Go and see the official hangout of your Hoosier State Instigators, the Gator Pit. We'll see you guys there sometime soon as well. Until next time, folks.